I talk about Nature Boy TV a lot because this is something that has changed my life. And it's like the sciences, the philosophies helped me to go deep, helped me to have actual connection with God. And I'm so fucking grateful. Like, so I'm going to talk about it and I'm going to give reference because of the situation. And I feel that a lot of times we like to deem people, cut people out, even if they have changed our life. And I don't like the idea of that. So I just want to be an example that just because you don't like somebody doesn't mean that you can't give credit to them for the things that they have done. Many people, there's good that happened, but the bad that happened, they're like, they're bad, let me throw them away. But truthfully, people can change, if they want to. But I just want to say that to say that the sciences, when I was studying these sciences, they really helped me to have a perspective on life that brought me to oneness, that helped me understand that we are God. And when I say that, I don't mean in our flesh, because a lot of people identify with the flesh and they don't realize that we are more than that. So, we're coming down into the flesh. So as a human, of course, I'm limited. I'm a limited version of God, but I don't identify with that. So that's what I'm saying. I'm not just human. I'm more than a human. This is just a human experience that we're having. So I give him a lot of credit because he sparked my mind, and of course I go within and I can't be sparked unless I resonate with it. And this is what he said too. Like, literally, when he said, I am you and we are all reflections of each other, whatever you see in me is within you. It's something within you. If you don't like me, it's something in you. If you like me, it's something in you. If I spark your mind, that's something in you. You can't resonate with somebody, or you can't resonate with something to spark your mind if it's not in you, So, and another thing, I want to entertain this thought, like, literally, people can't bring out nothing that's not in you either. So I know a lot of people like, oh, well, he made me do it, and it was because of him. Like, literally, take accountability so you don't have to repeat patterns, in different ways. Don't, I understand, when it comes to, oh, you trust it, or you want it to be like this or that, but at the end of the day, you trust it. I was manipulated. Well, you allowed that. You didn't honor yourself. You didn't tap in. Yes, other people have their own karma and their own situations that they have to deal with, but I like for people to stop pointing the finger and look at themselves and see how you can make a change. Now, when I say pointing the finger, there's sometimes you have to identify. You can identify with certain energies or certain people that you may not want to exchange with, but that don't mean to hold hate in your heart. So there's many different things that he has taught, like Ma'at, and the 5 sciences, and just psychology, and just so many different things. And sometimes when I start to press this live and talk about it, I'm just like, where do I start? Because yes, you can go study Ma'at, and that's what you should do, but he introduced me to it, so I can't act like that didn't happen. And the way that he articulated it, the way that he presented it, actually resonated with me a lot. So we can go read the Ma'at, but somebody else articulating in a certain way can help you. Because even if you read something that the Ma'at books or something like that, that's somebody else's articulation of that energy. So, and so if you read something, you're going to say, oh, this is the author of this book. Like, this book is articulated by this author, and it's dope, and I resonate with it. I'm grateful for how you explained that, because I was able to tap in and really realize that. So, just talking about keeping your heart light as a feather, holding morals over desires, and the thing is, a lot of people say, oh, if the person don't practice what they preach, then you shouldn't learn from them. If they're not doing what that's not true, because it's not about them. See, many people want to make it about somebody else. They want a savior. They want a messiah from the Bible, like, oh, I'm going to come and I'm going to be your savior. Like, no, that's not how it works. You got to save yourself. Nobody's going to save you. Nobody's going to do your inner works. Nobody can do your inner works. They can help you. They can guide you. They can articulate. They can spark your mind, but it's ultimately up to you. So I just don't like when people have certain perspectives, because it puts the power in somebody else's hand. I don't give a fuck if you practicing what you preach. I'm going to, if it resonates with me, I'm going to implement it in my life. What are you talking about? Like, come on now. Oh, he don't do it, so I'm not going to. No, it doesn't matter. Like, honor yourself. If it's something that resonates with you, it's not about him. It's not about them. It's not about anybody else but you. And that's why through the teachings, he says, I am you. Everything is a reflection of you. It's showing you back to yourself how you feel about things, how you exchange with things. You know, it shows you where you need to grow. It shows you where you have grown. So I just think that's just a beautiful thing. All the stuff, so many things that I caught with what he said is just a beautiful way of looking at life. And if I find other things that's higher, then I'm going to take that on, okay? And I've done inner work, so I've tapped in a little bit differently, and I'm able to articulate his message differently, just like he articulated somebody else's message differently. So I want to just continue to shine that light, like, period. The keep your heart light as a feather really helps with the self-development, because that helps you if you have any type of hatred or hurt in your heart, pain, emotions towards somebody, and you're spewing, you know, that negative energy to somebody because you feel like they did you wrong. That is called hate in your heart. That's called your heart is a little bit heavy. You want to keep your heart light. You want to be light. Heaviness holds you down. You know, you want to be light, flowing, loving, and enjoying life, enjoying this experience, because it's just an experience. And so I love the codes that Ma'at stands for. And you know, when it comes to the 5 sciences, a lot of people are like, oh, you didn't make up melanin. We know this. We know this. There's nothing new under the sun. Like, literally, he put it together. So I like to go over those. And I know a lot of people, and I don't even care. I'm not even going to entertain that thought. See, sometimes I have thoughts, and I'm like, look, you ain't got to entertain that, because you don't got to explain yourself. Sometimes I'm trying to overly explain myself, but there's no point, because I know what it is. I don't need to explain to certain people. I got to realize who I'm talking to. I'm talking to people that actually want to grow, you know, that actually wants to learn, that actually wants to take accountability, that wants to take their power and make sure they're utilizing their power in the way that the Most High, you know, wants it to be. So when it comes to the 5 sciences, you know, it really helped me to expand my mind. I was like, wow, like, astrology for one. Astrology changed my life. And I know it's deeper than the astrology that we study. You know, it's deeper than that. This is all, again, astrology that we study in the westernized system is an articulation of the divine, okay? Everything that we're talking about is articulation of divine. Nobody founded melanin. It was already here. We just articulated what that means. You know, we just came up with a perspective that resonates, you know? So at the end of the day, astrology changed my life, because I didn't connect with it like a lot of people connect with astrology, like, oh, this is how I am, this is how I'm supposed to be. No, I literally connect with it because, like, is this how I am? I know that if I'm reading Sun Square Pluto, this is a perspective of somebody else. I made a video about Sun Square Pluto, and it doesn't have nothing to do with negative entities. It has something to do with taking your power, honoring yourself. So the thing is, it's not always the information we receive, but how we receive it, how we exchange with it, okay? So, you know, astrology changed my life, because I was like, dang, this is why. This makes sense. This is a good reason, a good perspective, because it's all about perspective. It's a good perspective on why my energy flows the way it does. I don't resonate with everything in my chart. What? Because I know this is limited anyways. You have to tap in. When you get information from source that you perceive to be outside of you, you got to tap in to see if it really resonates with you. And not only that, if somebody explains something to you, you can tap in and explain it totally different. Okay, they could spark your mind, and then you can say, well, I actually think that this means this, and I want to look at it like this, because I keep a healthy perspective. So I'm gonna do a whole stream about the 5 sciences, because that's something that really helped me. And there's levels to your journey, so I always have to go back and remember why I started, what I felt like when I started. You know, when I say keep a healthy perspective, that shit resonates, and that's just in my subconscious right now. But I have to remember when I first heard it, how I felt, how it changed my life, the levels of understanding the vibration of keeping a healthy perspective. So that's why I talk about it, because I know that it can help somebody, or somebody may be in their journey, in that point of their journey, that needs just a reminder to keep a healthy perspective. Okay, see, when I say it, it's just like, oh, okay, because I already realize it. It's like I internalized it, but some people haven't, so I have to remember that. So when it comes to the 5 sciences, yes, I feel like I've, you know, that was a spark in my life that was just like, wow, so profound and so on it. But so I want to remind people that may be in that may not, you know, realize a perspective about melanin, and a healthy perspective about it too.